Hey guys, what's up? My name is Justin and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to save 65% of my income in 2019. And I'm going to talk about the 5 strategies that I use that helped me to do this. These strategies have worked really well for me, and I think if you use these strategies too, they can help you save more money in 2020. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the video. First off, I was able to save $7,500 in principal payments on my mortgage. Next, I was able to save $13,600 in my Roth 401k. I then saved $6,000 in my Roth IRA. I also have an HSA that I was able to save $7,000 in, and I have a personal savings account that I was able to save $13,000. In total, I was able to save $47,100, and this comes out to about 65% of my income after taxes are taken out. So how was I able to save such a large percentage of my income? Well, I used 5 strategies that have helped me this year with my savings. First off, I use separate accounts. So instead of keeping all of my money in a checking account where it's more likely to get spent, I move my savings into separate accounts. Obviously, my retirement accounts are in separate accounts, but my savings account, my personal savings, what I do is I use the app M1 Finance. I transfer every single week $250 into that app, and I invest it in about 60 different stocks. And I really love this app because it automates everything for you, it makes the trades, and it buys partial shares, which means that I can buy with as little as $10 every single share in my portfolio. So strategy number 2 that I use is I automate my savings. So like I said, my personal savings, I contribute $250 to the M1 Finance app. Now, instead of constantly having to remember every single week to do that, I did something called an automatic transfer, to where it automatically transfers the money out of my checking account into M1 Finance. Now, you can do this with all sorts of accounts. This isn't unique to M1 Finance, but any account will really allow you to do this, and I highly recommend it because no one can remember to consistently 100% of the time save money. So automating my finances is something huge that I've just started doing this year, and it's made a really big difference. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into point number 3, and that is I set a hard number goal. When it comes to setting goals, you really need to make it specific. If you say, my goal is to save more money in 2020, well, how much money? Is it $100, $1,000, $10,000? How much money are you trying to save? Because if you simply say, I am trying to save more money, it's probably not going to happen. For me, I said $250 a week, and I set up that automatic transfer so that it automatically comes out that amount every single week. Now, I can always go in and turn off the automatic transfers if I ever really need the money or if my checking account gets too low, but it is important to set a goal and then break it down into manageable chunks. So if you want to save $1,000 next year, then set a goal to put aside the amount of money each week necessary to reach $1,000. Oh, and one more thing. If you're interested in trying out M1 Finance, there is a link below in the description. Feel free to click on that, and you will get $10 for signing up and funding that account. So I highly recommend doing that and checking it out if you're interested. Okay, number 4, I focused on getting rid of my recurring expenses. Recurring expenses are things like car payments, mortgage payments, monthly subscriptions, and can even be something as simple as daily habits, daily spending habits, that is. These types of expenses are things that consistently and regularly drain your bank account and take away from the amount of money you could be saving. For example, take your car payment. It might only be $200 or $300 a month, but how long of a loan do you have? When you go into a car dealership, most of the time they don't want you focusing on the total amount you're paying. They want you instead to focus on your monthly payment. So when you go into a car dealership, they say, what would you like your monthly payment to be? Well, it would be great if it could be around $200. And they say, great, we can get this $20,000 car down to $200 a month by giving you a 10-year loan. Yeah. See how that works? All they have to do is manipulate the numbers on the back end, and you'll end up paying a lot more over the long run, even though it seems like it's an affordable monthly payment. This can go for houses too. By picking a 30-year mortgage, people tend to buy more house than they should. So next, I want to talk about monthly subscriptions because I think this is also a really important thing that people look over or don't think about because it's only $5, it's only $10, it's only $15 a month, and what is the big deal? These things, again, seem like small payments, but they can really add up. If you're saving $100 a month, $15 a month is 15% of your savings that you're taking away. I recommend looking at your credit card statement each month. A lot of times we sign up for free trials and different things, and then we forget that we even have a subscription. So the fifth thing that I did in 2019 to save more money was I focused on making more money. So for me, making money isn't everything, and I'm not gonna go get a super stressful job just to make more money. But I do think there are simple things you can do to make more money. For example, my wife went around our house and sold things on Facebook Marketplace. And this might not seem like a big deal, or it might not seem like it makes a difference, but if you're only saving $100 a month, then going and selling things on Facebook Marketplace and making an extra $100 a month means that you have effectively doubled your savings rate. For me, I focused on making more money at my job. I went to my boss and I had a conversation with him about promotions. I basically said, how do promotions work and how likely am I to get a promotion? He told me that promotions had already been submitted for the year and that he only gets a very small amount of promotions he can hand out to a large department. Based on that information, I decided to look at some internal job postings. And something really interesting happened. When I applied for these job positions, I was offered a 10% pay raise to switch jobs. So basically what I learned was making more money might be as simple as switching jobs. If you are working in a job, it's highly unlikely that your boss is just going to walk by your desk one day and hand you a big promotion. However, when you go and apply for new jobs, either in the same company or a different company, you open up your salary for review, and it gives you the opportunity to negotiate. Now for me, I ended up negotiating to try to get more than the 10% that I was offered. They basically came back and said, no. Which is totally fine. I didn't think I was actually going to get more money by negotiating because 10% is a pretty sizable pay raise. I mean, at 10%, I'm happy with that. But I came back and I said I would like 15. And they said, take it or leave it. So I took it. And I learned some lessons through that. So that was difficult, but it was something I was willing to do because 10% now, over the next 5, 10, how many ever years I end up working there, is tens of thousands of dollars. And so I highly encourage you guys, don't be afraid to talk to your bosses about promotions and just ask questions. Okay, so let's go ahead and recap the 5 things that helped me save 65% of my income in 2019. The first thing is move your savings into separate accounts. 2, automate your savings. 3, set a hard number goal. 4, focus on reducing recurring expenses. 5, focus on increasing your income. So I really hope that this video was helpful. Please hit that like button. It is free and it doesn't cost you anything, and it's a simple click of your mouse. Also, drop a comment and hit subscribe. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.